Margaret from Warm and Fuzzy Soapery, and today I just wanted to hop on before my soap making video and tell you about the mold that we're using for this video. We got this mold from Winston and Walter Artisanal Products. My friend July makes the molds and sells them on her website over there. In the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you about the new mold from Winston and Walter Artisanal Products. And at the end of the video, after I make the soap, I'm also going to not only show you that mold, but I'm going to compare it to the mold that I usually use, that I see most soap makers using. This is the first time that we're using this mold, and we do have some special plans for this soap. So come along while we make some soap and I'll tell you all about it. Hi guys, I am using a new mold that I got today from Winston and Walter Artisanal Products. She's up in Canada. And I just wanted to point out some of the really awesome features of this mold. First of all, take a look. If you're a soaper, you know that floppy sides on your liner, it drives me absolutely insane. This liner is much thicker than the typical liners that other molds come with, so I'm really excited about that. And also I know you've seen videos where people have they've drawn lines all over their molds to indicate where they're going to cut their bars so you can line up putting your embeds and your decorations and things like that. This mold they've already thought everything through, and there are actual notches in the wood at every inch so that you don't have to spend your time marking up your freezer paper or marking up your wood, because it's already done for you. So we're going to try it out. So I got some really nice heavy duty handles there. We're going to try this one out today. Well, we're going to use this one today, and I'll talk more about it. So since this is the first time that we're using this mold, we're going to do a special project with it, and I'll talk more about that later as I'm making the soap in my voiceover. So let's get making some soap.
Okay, so what's so special about this soap? Well, these bars are special to us. Back in the beginning of the pandemic, my friend July, who made the mold for us, lost her beloved dad to the virus. Like so many other people, her and her family were unable to say goodbye or hold his hand or be with him in any way. Obviously, many families have gone through this as well. So since then, July started donating to provide nurses and hospital workers the necessary equipment to help the nurses and workers and patients help their families interact safely and responsibly with their loved ones through things like iPads, so that the families could be able to FaceTime their patients. We were inspired by July's story and hearing all of the stories of people who could not connect with their loved ones at the end. So to do our little part, this is the first slab that we made with our Winnie and Walt mold. We are going to donate every dollar from the sale of these bars to helping procure equipment for the first responders and the medical workers. This soap is live on our website now. We're calling it Wings. For this soap, we split the batter in half. Half of it would be a white we're adding titanium dioxide to, and the other half will remain the natural soap color. My plan was to alternate pouring the lighter half with the natural half into the mold, and then use the hanger tool to make a nice swirl. Unfortunately, the fragrance that we used, which was cactus flower and jade mixed with yuzu, decided that having a nice delicate swirl was not in the cards for us for this soap. The fragrance made the batter accelerate, and I really had to work quickly to get it into the mold. After piling up the soap batter like this, I did put the mold on the floor and bang it down a few times, which was pretty easy to do with those big handles. As you can see, I was able to get my hanger tool through the batter and create the swirls that I wanted. I smoothed out the top as best I could and then scraped out all of the remaining batter onto the top of the soap. Then I used a wooden skewer to create a swirl and a texture on the top of the soap. Making these swirls is probably the most satisfying part of making soap for me. I could probably do this all day long. To be perfectly honest, I was a little bit nervous unmolding this soap because the liner is thicker and I thought for sure I was going to clip the corners of these soaps and destroy it. As you can see, I was nervous for no reason at all. This soap came out of the mold quite easily. I know your time is important to you, so thanks for spending it watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button and maybe share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one, and for more content, head over to our Instagram or our TikTok pages. The link is below. Also, stick around after the cut of this soap because I do a side-by-side comparison of the two different molds. The mold that we got from Winston & Walter Artisanal Products and our usual mold, which is the mold that most people use. After we cut our soaps, we usually stamp our logo onto the front of it. Since these soaps were made for my friend July and her project of trying to get iPads to people so that they can contact their loved ones, what we did was I went onto her Instagram page. She makes gorgeous bath bombs, and she had made a bath bomb mold with wings in the shape of a heart and used the money from those bath bombs to help fund her project. So I took that design and I sent it to the person that makes my soap stamps for me. And this is the stamp that he came up with. It's absolutely beautiful. And here's the finished soap, followed immediately by my side-by-side comparison of the two molds.
I just wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of the mold that we usually use and our new mold from Winston & Walter. Okay, so first of all, take a look at the difference in the wood. This is a thinner mold. This is much thicker. It's more of a heavy-duty mold. That's going to make a difference when you're lifting it. This one's a little bit heavier, but much more sturdy. Both of these molds have handles on the sides. Winston & Walters are built out like this. This one has the handles built into the side, which is a little bit more difficult to get in when the mold is full. You can see my fingers, I don't know if you can see it, but my fingers are coming through. And then here is the biggest difference is the liner. Winston & Walters are 2 millimeters thicker than the molds that most soapers that I see are using, and they don't flop down when you're trying to fill your mold and do your pretty designs. They do hold a little bit less than these molds do because of the thickness, but I just made a batch of soap and I still got 66 bars out of this one, which is exactly the same amount that I get out of this one. It's just that my end cuts aren't as big. Another amazing feature of Winston & Walters is this liner will fit. Watch first how floppy it is when I take this out. And then I can take out this mold.
this liner, and it fits exactly into this mold, so I can use this liner in a mold that I already have. Right. Okay, so this back. And I'll put this back in here. Is this in? Oh, I can't get it. There we go. Okay, another difference is when you're unmolding, this mold that we have has the one side that comes off, and you pick it up and slide it out. Winston & Walters has two sides that come out, making it easier to handle when we're taking it out. Anything else? And I think that's it.